All right, Trump administration outlined plans to implement a 50% tariff on products from India in a draft notice published yesterday. The notice posted by the Department of Homeland Security said that the increased levies would hit Indian products that are entered for consumption or withdrawn from the warehouse for consumption on or after 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on August 27, 2025. So this is the additional levy which United States had charged India with for buying that Russian oil. My colleague Akanksha is with us. Akanksha, what are the sectors, what are the products that are going to literally impact through this additional levy which is going to commence from 27th of August?
Right. This is, in fact, a levy, an additional levy, Arun, which is impacting India in the sense this is also to bring Russia to the negotiating table, because remember, this set of additional 25% tariffs Donald Trump had made amply clear is only because India is continuing with its purchase of Russian crude oil. And this is to bring down what they call Putin's fund for his war machinery or his war chest. And it is unfair that India is being labeled as the one to be funding his war chest, because it's, as we all know, China is the country which is one of the highest buyers. EU is one of the highest buyers of Russian gas. So, in fact, another NATO member, that is Turkey, also happens to be one of them. So it's unfair that India is being labeled as that. But on Monday itself, interestingly, as we all know, Prime Minister Modi has made it amply clear that the interest of his farmers, his MSMEs are going to, in fact, his own domestic concerns will remain intact, and that India will not be bowing down. And this is a sword of Damocles that is hanging over Asia's third largest economy, that is India. As we all know, exporters and investors are split on whether the punitive measures will actually materialize. But as they actually kick into effect from 27th of August, they will be now the highest U.S. tariff on any country, which only includes India and Brazil with 50% tariff. So we'll have to wait and watch in terms of what are the sectors that are going to be extremely impacted. We know that in the front line of it, it is going to be gems and jewelry, you have apparel, you have these sectors that are in fact already heavily impacted. But India has made it amply clear that as far as dairy, farmers, all of these products are concerned, India will not give any concession to the United States. But there's a very dismal picture that's being painted so far for the Indian economy. But as far as India is concerned, we know that India is already looking towards diversification. We've seen how economies of the global south are grouping together. In fact, Dr. Jaishankar's three-day visit to Moscow just last week has resulted in the revival of FTA talks with Eurasian nations, namely Russia, Belarus, Armenia, more of them. So you are seeing that there's a regrouping and restructuring. We could be looking towards China to make up for the trade deficit and increase trade with China. So India is going to actually look out for its own interests. We'll have to see how it is going to plan that out. But India's unwavering stance on Russian oil purchases, the triggers for this potential trade war escalation, has suggested that the pain may be inevitable for India, but India is not going to be bowing down to this demand of cutting off its crude purchases with Russia.
Yeah, that's right. We're getting some more breaking news, Akanksha. Just stay with us. I'll come back to you.